Ha, push pull leg. Okay, okay, okay bro. Okay bro, got it. Got it. Bu ne? Oha! Ta 1900'lü yıllardan kalan askeri yemekleri mi test ediyor? 1900'lerden kalan. Siktir lan. Tarihi eser lan bu. Bozulmuştur lan bu. Ölmüştür oğlum. Çok merak ettim. Bakalım bir.
This is the Second Boer War British Armed Forces Emergency Ration Field Service. It was
İzel, hoş
produced
geldin.
between 1899 and 1902. Now it weighs 11 ounces or 311 grams.
Küçük oğlum, biraz daha büyük duruyor lan. Burada büyük duruyor, ben sırt çantası gibi bir şey sandım lan. Küçücükmüş.
Now it weighs 11 ounces or 311 grams. There's a soldered cap on both sides.
Ne var içinde la acaba?
Check that out. You're supposed to be able to grab it by a ring that was attached right here.
Anladım. Bir halkayla çevirip açacaksın normalde de.
That broke off years ago, so someone decided to not open it. Now, by the early 1880s, the British Army began developing a more portable ration that could provide ample sustenance to soldiers in combat that are cut off from normal supply. This was produced by the
Tux, eyvallah, teşekkür ederiz.
There were several variations of this ration made by Bovril during the Boer War, and many ended up as Royal Navy.
Ya şimdi bu küçücük şeyin içinde ne olabilir ki? Yani bir tahmin etsenize yani. Konservelik bir şeyler. Direkt konserve mi diyorsun sen? Direkt bu tamamen konserve.
Surplus emergency supply and were used nearly 20 years later in World War I. All right, so again, there's a paper label that would have said on the front right here.
Pirinç bulgur nohut yok be, öyle bir şey
This
yoktur.
ration is not to be opened except by order of an officer or an extremity. It's to be carried in the haversack and produced at inspections, etc. The ration is calculated to maintain strength for 36 hours if eaten in small quantities.
Bozulmuş mudur lan bu? Bozulması lazım ya.
Tear off the band in the center where
Bir şey diyeceğim. Normalde bunlar zaten benim bildiğim, düzeltirsiniz bilenler. Bunlar zaten çok uzun ömürlü şeyler diye biliyorum. Ama bu hasar gören bir şey olduğu için bence bozulmuştur. Ama adam deniyor.
two tins will be found. One containing 4 ounces of concentrated beef and the other containing 4 ounces of cocoa paste. Instructions for use are on the lids of the tins. The standard British ration during the Boer War was tin stews and meat hash, tin beans, meat, fish,
fasulye,
all canned,
et.
evaporated and sweetened condensed
Aleykümselam, hoş
milk, and
geldiniz.
hardtack. Those were your common food items. So this is pretty much the original survival ration. Let's give it a look.
Hadi açalım diyor. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hadi bakalım. Belki de bozulmamış olabilir ya. Çok merak ettim.
Wow. I don't think that this is going to be edible.
Abi nasıl yenilir ya? Saçmalama, bu yenmez ya. İçine girmiş ya pislik. Küf müf her şey inmiş.
But look at that. So
Babamın sabah kahvaltıda yediği küflü peynir gibi amına koyayım.
these are lids on it. There we go. This piece will end up getting me cut.
Dur bakalım, üstünü bir açsın, öyle ne olacak?
Open the thing. All right, let's get this out onto your tray. Nice. Okay. Well, when your ration's about 20 years older than the 100-year-old mess kit that it's on, concentrated beef, 4 ounces. Remove lid. The beef can be eaten dry with or without biscuit.
Aa,
Dump
sığır
the
eti.
force of the contents of this tin in boiled water for about an hour, and it will make 1 pint of excellent beef tea.
Sığır
It's going
çayı.
to be very difficult to open. This is gonna be
Sıkışmıştır orası ya.
That's no big deal. It's totally worth it. There we go. Look at that. There's your
Tam daha üstü açılacak herhalde ya.
from probably 1899.
Aa orası
Wow, it
gerçek.
still smells like beef.
Allah Allah.
Oh, it smells so foul and oh man.
Bu ne kokuyordur var ya, midem bulandı.
Look at that. So then the hot cocoa.
Saat 9'da en geç oyuna girmemiz lazım bak, unutmayın. 9'da oyuna, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3,5 saatte bitireceğim oyunu.
This has a nice rattle to it.
Hatta 8'de şey yap, 8,5 falan da olabilir. Bakarız ya. Haber ederim, ben hallederim. 9 geç. Özür dilerim Messi. Özür dilerim.
Cocoa paste, 4 ounces.
Kakao
The
ezmesi.
contents can be eaten dry, with or without biscuit. 1/4 of the contents simmered for 1/4 of an hour in 1 pint of water will make liquid cocoa of good strength. Well, it's not going to be edible anymore, that's for sure.
Nasıl yenilebilir baba ya?
Corroded through. I mean, unfortunately, this is
Bunu zaten ben dayanacağını düşünmüyordum yani. Çok zor, hasar görmüş oğlum şey belli. Hani belli bir yerde.
Where it has the pinholes. See that?
Tux eyvallah.
I mean, it's not coming out either. You're gonna have to scoop.
Bu yenmez baba, imkanı yok.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna eat anything. There's probably no real point.
Adam kaslı mı lan?
That's okay though. I do not mind that whatsoever. You know, this is the sort of thing that it's just incredible, absolutely incredible to be able to see something like this.
Dayıda bir kas sezdim yalnız ha. Bilekleri bir büyük gibi. Hıy! Oğlum bir şey diyeceğim, bu kapak falan değil mi? Bayağı bildiğin sığır etine geldik şu an.
That doesn't look so bad under there. That literally smells like metallic beef jerky. That's actually...
Harbi ne kokuyordur bu var ya, çok merak ettim kokusunu. Amanı sikeyim be, ne yapıyorsunuz ya?
It really is. It's like it's concentrated dried beef. And I don't even think it's like bouillon. It might be a little bit more to it than just that. I can't imagine this being all that different back when it was still considered fresh. I can't imagine.
Ben de korktum ya.
Different, really. I'm gonna scrape through this surface here, and then I'm gonna get to some part that might be.
Yenilebilecek kısma ulaşabilir mi acaba?
Look at that.
Öyle bir kısım kalmış mıdır ya? İçine işlemiştir lan onun. Mis gibi, şurası yalnız kavurma gibi duruyor, şöyle kuyruk yağıyla pişirsek.
It's looking better and better as it goes on there. I'm not gonna be able to help myself. I'm gonna have to try it out. Once I get past
Deneyecek misin?
Ugh, that stuff on the outside smells like metal and rot. And then once you get through that.
Kim geldi? Emin mi geldi? Hoş geldin Emin. Dener misiniz lan bunu? Böyle bir şey gelse bu arada zehirlenmeyeceksen bir tadına bakarım ucundan. Ucundan.
Foul, totally like messed up parts of this. And then there's like a center that's still good. There's like the edges here. I'm noticing it's all coming out easier. And it's like no good. You know, the edges got hit by metal and moisture and who knows what. Something permeated. But then the center of this seems like it might be okay. So that's really good.
$1000 yerim bir kaşık.
Chiseling away at this.
$1000.
And I'm determined to find a part that
Ne diyeyim ya,
might
$1000
be
yiyin.
acceptable for consumption. And
$1000
now
iyi para.
we have a dried beef bar. Look at that. That's the coolest thing. That's a landmark right there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is this here. I know this is ridiculous, but I'm gonna save that.
Mert yayınlar ilk kez izliyorum. Yayınlar eyvallah, hoş geldin.
I can't help myself. I can't throw any of this away. I'm gonna save every bit of dirt and dust and rust
Öğrenci evinde normal bir yemek.
from this ration, and I'm gonna do what I can to put this thing back together, kind of resolder it, because it could use some restoration. Now look at that. That smells like
İğrenç kokar o ya.
beef, and I'm going to make a beef porridge out of this. Now this is totally
Nasıl olacak acaba? Çok merak ettim ya.
Mess with the chocolate. My apologies. That part there, I hope you can understand.
Çikolata normalde ne kadar da bozuldu ama katkı maddesi o zamanınki katkı maddeleri şu zamanınkiler aynı değil ki ya.
It's just gonna be like eating rice from the. It's like a raw fish, like orange. Oh yeah, here we go. Doesn't get any.
Yedi.
Weird. Doesn't get any weirder than this, really. I mean, like, when was the last time one of these was eaten? I wonder. I mean, when was the last time someone even?
Bu ne la 1899'dan kalma şey asker yemeği, MRE mi ne diyorlardı ya.
Sorry, it's just oddly nerve-wracking. Could something be living in this? I mean, did you see how it's kind of spilling over on the lid? I mean...
Yemez daha yemez.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna let that kind of settle on my tongue for a second. It literally tastes like dirt. That little piece was broken off.
Büyük ısırsana ya kral.
Let's take a little less of a wimpy bite.
Harbi toprak gibi lan bu.
What is that in there? Hold on, I gotta look at this thing. Sorry. I don't mean to be like playing with my food, but yeah, it's nerve-wracking. What am I doing? Is this like the oldest beef ever eaten? That tastes like bread. That tastes like bread and beef, and there's like little pieces of bone or something. There's something hard. Ew. I'm letting it settle on my tongue. I'm not eating that right away.
Çok da kusacak gibi olmadı ya. Bence o kadar çürümüş ki artık tadı kalmamış.
Barely any flavor. Oh man. It tastes like pulverized beef jerky.
Hiç tat yok diyor bak, hiç tat. Kartonla karıştırılmış.
A little bit of chlorine. That's what it tastes like. And it's leaving a slight film residue sensation. That cow was dead over 118 years ago. That's the weirdest thought. It's kind of morbid, sorry. Okay. So much like bone and cartilage and stuff.
Baksana tipe oğlum, bu ne ya?
Like, it's filled with that. And when they say boil it for an hour, we're going to be... Oop.
Bak bunun tadı çok kötü olur Johnny.
Stale food truck, and they have
Bak işte bunun tadı çok kötüdür.
Also stale. Put this back. Take the so far. It's not 10 minutes.
Nasıl kokuyor acaba?
Oh man, I stepped out of the room for I guess like 10-15 minutes. It smells awful in here. So about 30 minutes.
Bu harbi çok kötüdür Johnny.
Oh, it just wafts this like foul rendering down there. Oh, it's not. That's good. Oh, really? Oh, just poking it around. It just keeps making me like wheeze. That's the only way I can put it. Here, let's get a better look at this. The pot. Look at that. Oh.
Bunu yemez ya herhalde. Bunu yemez ya herhalde.
If you could smell
20 helvası gibi amına koyayım.
It's not normal if it can make me wheeze like that. I mean, imagine how grateful you'd be to see variations of stuff like, man, it's steaming. get a little bit
Bunu yeme ya.
juicy. Lack kind of just so beef. I'm like kind of just getting a small amount. So it just tastes like a, that's weird. It kind of tastes like beef mixed with refried beans, actually, is what it kind of reminds me of. But then like, whoops. What's that? You know? That's fat or something. Biting down on that and it's just,
Bunun içinde kurt murt da girmiştir bence
I
ya.
don't know what the is, because I know, and possibly it doesn't smell like that great at all.
Oğlum adam sevdi herhalde lan, yiyor lan.
It's like a meat grain porridge.
Yiyor o zaman oğlum, bu yenir, adam bildiğin patır kütür yiyor ya.
Little patties. I keep going for these little wimpy bites, thinking like by taking smaller bites it's gonna be safer or something. Might as well just go for it.
Bayağı yedi baba. Afiyet bal şeker olsun.
I don't think I can do anymore. That stuff heated and recreate. See ya.
Değişik bir çar. Helal olsun, iyi yedi.